Somebody sent me this. Remember all the things that I say, the Republicans are already doing it. When I tell you like, hey, don't disavow until they do, okay? Because they're just trying to blame it on us. The Republicans know my strategy. The reason why they get mad at me and they call me out for it is because they do this. It is what they do. It is their strategy.
Wars and a war for the soul of the country. And I'm firmly
this is
believe
8 days ago, by the way.
who allegedly committed the same crime that Merrick Garland committed, contempt of Congress. Asked him, guess what? The New York Times was there. CNN was there on the register. The FBI came at 6. CNN was there at 6:04. Oh, we just got lucky. We didn't. Just like we got lucky with Mar-a-Lago raid. Geez, sometimes you just have a sixth sense for it. But James Comey, have you seen a perp walk of him? Did the FBI raid his house and humiliate him? So I mean, he should be thankful that we're not doing to him exactly what they did to Trump and Trump's emissaries. Also, Peter Navarro, also Steve Bannon, who allegedly committed the same crime that Merrick Garland committed, contempt of Congress. But guess who didn't get prosecuted? Guess who didn't sit in jail? Merrick Garland, because he runs the DOJ. I'm sorry, but it's war right now. It's war, not in the ideally firing sense. I mean, we have had our people get shot, but these are policy wars and a war for the soul of the country. And I firmly believe now, and I'm pretty moderate in my politics, that if we don't fight fire with fire, we'll lose.
But that's not moderate, right? That is every election is on a war footing. And there's an equal number of people who, say they started it first, not necessarily Megyn Kelly.
But this is a fact that the Dems fight. Like, you can't argue this fact.
You can say
who was indicted by a Republican president that was running for president on the other side?
It wouldn't be necessarily the specific, a perfectly matching indictment. Mm-hmm. But the they started first could be lawfare, could be crazy. You talked about crazy people. Marjorie Taylor Greene is not the most sane member of Congress. It's not hard to point and look at Republicans and see some crazy out there. And so they get as hepped up, right? They're ready to then go to war next time they win. So every presidential election is this momentous, this side's going to go to war against this side. I don't see how that's ever going to lead to any kind of de-escalation in a way that's favorable to those of us who don't have a we necessarily.
Because they have to feel that there's risk involved to them if they do it again.
I almost wonder if she saw my clip. Like, hello? Do you hear it?
Have a we necessarily.
Because they have to feel that there's risk involved to them if they do it again. If they don't feel the risk, they're going to keep doing it. They've proven that. It's the only way, to keep the kid from touching the stove again is for them to touch the hot stove. But they have to feel the pain in order for it to really bring the lesson home. Otherwise, the kid might touch the cold stove a second time. Not that I've favored this in my own family. I'm not saying this is a parenting method. But I'm just saying for these guys, unless they actually fear that this could happen to them or their family,
What?
But I'm just saying for these guys, unless they actually fear that this could happen to them or their family, they will do it again. They think the ends justify the means. They did something truly extraordinary and dangerous when they did this to Trump and his people. And so I really am, and I do not, in the same way where I would draw the line on Trump sending troops that weren't invited by the governor. He can send them to protect ICE, but he can't just send them in as a crime force. I do draw the line at you can't just make up crimes like they did against Trump.
Sure.
That I'm not in favor with. There has to be an actual crime. And if it turns out Lisa Cook did not actually commit mortgage fraud or James Comey cannot be gotten on this.
Was this before or after your comments? This is after. This was 8 days ago, I believe. Yeah.
Lying to Congress charge, then he must be let go. And the process would have been the punishment. But there must be at least a good faith basis to believe they committed a crime.
Yeah, I mean, the process is the punishment, obviously.
But this is what I mean, right? Like, people get really mad at what I'm saying because what I'm saying is true. And they already know these things, right? They already know when they believe these things. This is why they act the way that they do. I'm just saying that Democrats need to be ready to, act appropriately in this environment. But, Jesus.